Good morning, everybody. Yeah, there's the horn. Welcome and good morning, everybody. If you're joining us now, we're doing the Icon of the Seas watch party. We're anxiously waiting. The largest ship in the world will be making its way here shortly. And let me get everything set up here. Here we go. Always a lovely technical difficulties when you're trying to do these things. All right, and I do see her coming into view. There she is. She's not quite reached the mouth of the harbor yet here. She's still out in the Atlantic Ocean, coming into the port of Miami. So this is very exciting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really anxious to see this. Good morning, everybody coming on board. I dare to say I'm almost as excited as I was when we returned back to cruising and we saw the Mardi Gras coming into Port Canaveral, and I was standing there on the side. That was really nice. This is really incredible. I mean, this. We board this ship February 24th with our group. Good morning to all. Good morning. Good morning. We board this ship in February, and to be honest with you, I can't wait to see it. Conceptually, I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, how is this thing even floating on water? I mean, it's so huge, even compared to the Oasis class ships. So I'm looking on the cruise ship locator. Let's see where she's at. Okay, yeah, she's still coming through the. Yeah, you can kind of see the apartment buildings there in Miami Beach in the background. So she's still out. She hasn't quite reached the beach yet. She's traveling in at 13 knots, so she's coming in at a pretty good clip. I'm looking on here. I see the MSC Meraviglia in front of her too on the map. She better get out of the way because the big girl's coming in. Crystal's on the inaugural. Congratulations. That is going to be awesome. We were going to do the inaugural, but my 50th birthday is at the end of February, and a couple other people that we know birthdays as well. So we decided we'll do this one. This should be about we're going to be on the third or fourth sailing. So we'll give y'all a little time to work the kinks out before we get on board. All right, so let's see. Yeah, she's chugging along. Hopefully this camera turns here. You guys have to excuse my voice. We just got off the New Year's Eve cruise, and I got a little bit of a bug coming off of there. All right, camera, it's time to turn. Let's go. We should get a little bit better picture as this thing comes into the port and the sun begins to rise over Miami Beach, which it should be doing any moment now, as long as it's not really cloudy. The weather's been kind of here in Florida. Look at that thing. Yep, there goes the Meraviglia. Come on, get out the way. But you can see as the icon will come up the channel here, we're going to get a really good shot of her. That Meraviglia needs to get on out the way though. So good morning, everybody. I'm looking at all the names on here. D. Swang, Anna, Kay Crump, Ryan, Judy and Jonathan. Good morning. Ryan and Judy and Jonathan are with us for the cruise on board the Icon. Crystal, good morning. Miss Howard, I don't want to mess up your first name, so I'm calling you Miss Howard. Arlene, Chanel, JT, good morning. Good morning. Bill Richardson, good morning. Yeah, here she comes. Here she comes. Now, I'm curious, so let's take a look at the Meraviglia, kind of where she's at compared to this building behind it. And so I want to see like the difference of the icon when it comes past the same building to kind of get a reference point to see what the difference is between the Meraviglia. Meraviglia is a pretty good sized ship. And here we go. And we should see the sun begin to come up over Miami Beach here shortly. Good morning, Donna. Welcome to the watch party. She's hiding behind the building right now. She's coming along there. Look, you can see her over the top of the apartment building. Is that crazy or what? And good morning, Karen, as well. Let's see. That is crazy. You can see the top of that ship over that apartment building. Let's see if I can refresh this. There you go. And she's still traveling in at 13 knots, so that's a pretty good speed coming in to the harbor. It looks like it is the Meraviglia is in the harbor, and the Scarlet Lady for Virgin is also docked. So we'll probably see her when the icon comes into the basin to turn around. I can't imagine this thing turning around the basin. It was already tight with the Oasis class ships. But at the end of the basin, they're having a in-person party down there for the arrival of the ship. All the Royal Caribbean employees and whoever else wants to join them. Definitely, if I was still living in South Florida, I would have popped down there for this one. But I'm not driving 4 hours just to see her come in today. We'll be on her next month, so. And welcome to Bev. Miss Bev's new to the broadcast. Good morning. If you're just joining us, we're watching the Icon of the Seas rolling into the port of Miami. She's still not in the channel. She is in the channel, but she's not coming into the actual by the land yet. She still hasn't reached the beach just yet. Traveling in at 13.2 knots. On board right now is the president, Royal Caribbean, and tons of staff and crew. They stopped on their Atlantic crossing. They stopped over at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, and they allowed the crew to have just a let your hair down kind of day, and just to get them prepped to, welcome guests on board this amazing vessel. Yeah, Ryan said his sister took pics from the from the coast. Yeah, she was off the coast of Fort Lauderdale and Miami last night. Not too far off the coast. We were watching the cruise ship locator last night when we did the New Year's Eve cruise. The ship, it's been very chilly down here in Florida, so the captain on our sea day headed back to Port Canaveral basically just stopped the ship. We were doing like 1 knot, and so that reduced the wind off of the ship, allowed the sun to hit the ship, and allowed it to be kind of a warmer day on board so people could enjoy the pool and the decks and things like that. But we were so close to Florida, I looked over and I could see our old condo that we lived in South Florida from our balcony, so it was kind of funny. Oh, okay. He said his sister was on a conquest. Nice. Yep, here she comes. Probably here in the next minute or two, she's going to make that big right turn in the channel that sets you up to come straight up the river. So, as big as this ship is right now, she still has not reached the beach yet. So you can just imagine how big this ship is. The camera is all the way on one of the buildings up inside the turning basin on the what would be downtown Miami proper. All right, she's slowed down a little bit to 12 knots because she's probably getting ready to make this turn here. Bev says she'll be on the Meraviglia in June. Excellent, excellent. Think you'll enjoy it. MSC has done a really good job as far as turning around the entertainment and the food on these ships. So I think that there are a really good options still for consumers now. When we first started cruising them, it was a little, it was a little dicey, but the ships are beautiful, but it was just the other little things that they need to work on, and I think that they're doing a pretty good job with that now. It's a balance between keeping their European customer base happy and still attracting American customers. So I still think it's a pretty solid product. I just don't like the elevators on the Seascape. Well, while we're waiting for the ship to come in, any questions or any comments out there that you guys have for this morning? What is this, Wednesday? Hump day, hump day. Brand new year. Time to try some new cruises, get on out there. This is the biggest time of year that people book travel right after Christmas and into January. They get ready to put their trips together for the year, sometimes even into next year. And then it's a great time to purchase travel because you'll have your taxes coming, so you're like, okay, well, I can pay that off with my taxes. So it's a good time. There's usually some great deals this time of year. We do especially well with Royal Caribbean. Just not the Icon. I was able to get somebody, actually two families on there for a really good price last week, and I was surprised that the inventory was still out there for those ships. Just to kind of give you an idea, when we booked this group for the Icon, our balcony cabins for two people were somewhere a little bit over $3,000. I don't know the exact amount, but it was a little over $3,000 for two people. To get on that same sailing right now in a balcony, those cabins are over $7,000, so double the price. Definitely a very popular ship. It's going to be amazing. The ship, so you can see she's made her turn, and she's almost to the beach. What you see right in front of you there is first of all, you see the cranes from the Port of Miami on the right side for cargo ships, but just beyond that, those are the condos on Fisher Island. Now, we've been on plenty of cruise ships where you go past those condos on Fisher Island, and you may be even or a little bit over the top of the roof line, but this thing looks like it's way over the roof line, at least from this perspective. Yeah, and Ryan, the price for all these new Royal Caribbean ships, Utopia, the Wonder still, definitely the Icon, and now we have the Star, which is going to be the Icon sister ship coming out in 2025. All of them, the prices are very high. We do have some special pricing on some of these. So if you're interested in trying out any of these other new ships, please let us know. We'll see what we can find or do for you. With these new ships, and this is not just for Royal Caribbean, this is like for all lines. When there's got a new ship coming out, the sooner you move, the better. I mean, we got people calling now like, boy, I'd really like to do a cruise on that new Icon of the Seas. Do you guys have anything for March? Yeah, but you're not going to like what I have to say. If they would have called 5 or 6 months ago, would have been a much different story. So it's probably a big question that we get from people is like, when should we book something? When you're ready to go and you have the money for the deposit, put the money down. As far as I'm thinking off the top of my head, most cruise lines, most rates allow you to reprice. So if you would like to do a cruise, book it, put your deposit down. We watch the prices for you. So if we see that price drop, we can definitely take advantage of that for you. It's best to get on the ship that you want, get the cabin that you want, and then, hopefully the price will be wiggled down. It's not a guarantee. These cruise lines are doing an excellent, when I see excellent, they are doing an excellent job of filling these ships. Okay. They have some creative marketing. They'll target some past guests, and they know how to fill these ships up now. They do an excellent job of it. The days of the ships going out, half full, those are over. Yeah, Ryan. So I think you're probably going to kind of see that trend. I mean, because how big can you go, right? At some point this gets, it's an amazing kind of a thing, but logistically getting these many people on and off the ship is eventually going to get taxing. You see, like Norwegian took the route of going with a smaller ship, as opposed to building a larger one. So we'll see how that works out for them in the long run. As long as the ship has something to offer for everybody, I say go for it. They just have to be careful in designing some things. Like when we did Odyssey of the Seas, which is obviously smaller than the Oasis class, and probably the biggest beef I have with that ship is they really didn't put a lot of attention into the kids area on board that ship. So there's not a lot of like the water playscape thing for the kids, which on a lot of cruise ships are a ton of fun, right? Like on the Carnival, the Mardi Gras, the Celebration, the Jubilee, they have the awesome big kids play area at the back of the ship with the buckets everywhere. Well, on Odyssey of the Seas, it's just a small little corner, and quite honestly, I would be really bored. So what happens? Then the kids tend to go into mingle more where the adults are. So those kind of things are important when designing a ship. You want to make sure that you have something to keep everybody kind of going. All right, so here she comes. She's now just getting past. She's even with the beach right now. She's in between South Beach and the Fisher Island, cruising up the channel here. She's doing 9.5 knots. And we're getting a really good look at her here. And we'll definitely, once we get past these cranes, wow, she is a beautiful ship. I can't wait to explore that Aquadome. That's going to be so amazing. Right. And we can see the sun finally coming up over Miami Beach here, starting to lighten things up, and the picture's getting a little better here for us. Excuse me. And here she comes. All right, she's past the beach now. She's kind of, if you've come out of the port of Miami before, she's now even like with those apartment buildings there at the end of the Miami Beach. So she'll make her way down this channel pretty quickly. the Meraviglia is all the way at the end, so she shouldn't be in our shot too bad. Should get a pretty good clean shot of her coming up the channel here. So, you guys, what's like your, for the icon, what's like your favorite thing that you're looking forward to exploring on here? Personally, mine, the Aqua Dome up front, I'm really curious to see how that looks. They're going to transform to space, so at certain times they'll have the show going on back there instead of having like the Aqua Theater and the Oasis class. Those Aqua Theater type shows will be up there in the Aqua Dome in the front, and then it transforms into like a lounging space, dining space kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like in there. I know that's going to be really cool. What is your favorite thing you're looking forward to on the Icon class? I've got a few, but I don't want to steal anybody's thunder. I think I'm just going to take like one of our days and just explore, right? Just go see everything that you can see on board the ship. Roberto said the kids area. Yeah, absolutely. So they'll have that whole area, which used to be kind of the boardwalk area on Oasis class ships, is now going to be the family friendly area. So that's going to be pretty cool to see. Judy wants to see the Aqua Dome and the Pearl. Yep, the Pearl is down in the main lobby area. I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. Yep, Chester says the Aqua Dome. Yep. Ramblin' Ronnie, I want to explore the inside the city. Yes, sir. Yeah, Ryan says he want to see the Wizard of Oz show. Yep, me too. Yolanda, the Aqua Dome and the Pearl for sure. Surprised nobody said the infinity pool at the back of the ship. I do want to check that out too. Now, is anybody going to do the, I can't think of the name of it, where you walk the plank on the side of the ship? Anybody going to do it? Good morning, Gordon. Welcome to the watch party. We're just watching this big old pretty girl come into port. She's now past Miami Beach and coming up the channel. She's almost up to what would be Star Island. Let's see, move me over here. And we can see her. Oh man, look at how pretty that ship is. Just gorgeous. You know, great design with the lifeboats. See how they have the lifeboats down there? What looks like what would be deck maybe 4. Totally keeps them out of the way. Doesn't obstruct any kind of balconies or anything. Doesn't affect your experience on board the ship at all. So that's a great location for all the lifeboats. Nice design there. Oh, good morning, Ash. She wants to walk the plank. Okay. Jonathan said we're going to the zone to eat the kitty food. Excuse me. I'm with you on there, Jonathan. I'm with you. The kids have some of the best stuff on board these ships, I'm telling you. And that whole waterscape thing on top of this ship for these kids, everybody got to wait, because here I come. All right, so here's that same building that the Meraviglia went past, and you can definitely see, you know, the difference between when the Meraviglia went by and this one. Looks like it might eat up about another 10 stories or so above where the Meraviglia was, with those funnels in the back go past. You can see the tugboat, the fireboat in front of, you can't see it, but you can see the water plumes right there in front of the Royal Caribbean garage. Now, as far as I know, I think the ship is going to go down into the basin and turn around. I don't think she's going to dock here at the Royal Caribbean docks just yet. From my understanding, they're having a party for the Royal Caribbean staff down at the park, which is all the way at the end of the turning basin. So I expect her to keep going down in the turning basin and turn around and come back to this location, I would expect. Now, if you've ever parked at these parking decks, I mean, look how massive this ship is compared to the parking decks. That is crazy. Yeah, I'm with you, JT. The ship definitely is a destination by itself. I mean, you definitely can take a whole day just to explore this thing, and you still may not see everything. Wow, this thing is just massive, and they kind of got the bridge tucked in under the aquadome there. Getting a really good look at the upper decks there. You can see the crew standing out there on the decks. Yolanda says a hard no on the plank. Well, first of all, I think you got to pay like 50 or 60 bucks to do it. It's something like that, but we may give it a go. We'll see. All right, so she's probably just about the halfway mark coming up the channel. That's the Royal Caribbean docking area there. So yeah, it looks like she's going to keep cruising by. I fully expect her to go down to the turning basin and turn around and give us a little turn around, give us a show, That's what we're Good morning, Ellen. Good morning, Life with Tony. Karen, is that for the icon? Wow, she is just massive. So now she's just passing up the Royal Caribbean docks, and she's going to go by the Norwegian docks and say, look at me now, look at me now. It's definitely something to be envious of as she cruises by the other cruise line. Can you imagine going on to Meraviglia today and that thing comes past you and you're like, huh? Yeah, sun's coming up really good. And we're getting some great pictures of the icon of the seas. I mean, just look how massive she is over the top of the Norwegian building. I mean, it's amazing how huge this ship is. All right, Pamela says she's on there in October. Let's see. So we do have a couple of icons available. One in May and one in September. If anybody's interested in going on board this ship, we got some good pricing for those two dates: May 18th and September 7th. And there's the fireboats leading the way. Ramblin' Ronnie, I think she holds, I gotta look it up, but I think she holds like 7,000 passengers. I believe with crew and passengers, it's like 10,000. $5,610 passengers, 2,350 crew. So you're looking at like 8,000 people on board one ship. All right, so give me just a second here. We gotta, let's re-up here. Give me just a moment. And okay, we are back. There she goes. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of me so we can just look at this ship. I mean, just how do you guys like the new kind of flat nose design on here, as opposed to like a long pointy nose like you see like on Adventure of the Seas? You see this one has a really tall, flat stub nose, but it looks like there's no passenger access up there in the front. It doesn't look like it anyway. I do kind of like that with the older Royal Caribbean ships, where you can go out on the helicopter pad out there. That's usually a very nice place to watch the sail away from, or coming out of a port. Wow, she is massive. Let me see here. So she is, yeah, we're a little bit past the halfway mark down the channel, so she'll probably about another 5 minutes. We'll get to the turning basin, and we'll get a really, really good look at her as she'll make a turn, and she'll probably sit down there and show off for a moment while the Royal Caribbean staff get good pictures of her and everything. You can see on here all the staff coming out on the top of decks now, on the outer decks. There's the there's upper outer decks. It's gonna be a nice place to hang out up there. The Chill Island coming up. Oh, this is gonna be so much fun, guys. I can't wait to get on here. So we'll be on here February 24th. You know, we'll definitely be grabbing you guys some great footage off of here, sharing our experiences that we have on board the ship. You know, definitely doing some lives from here and showing you some different things. I'm almost not looking forward to filming this ship, because, like, oh my God, it's going to take me forever. I want to have fun on my vacation too, but I got to bring you guys the footage as well. But what a massive, massive vessel. Wow. Oh, we got some more people here. Desiree says she's on February 3rd. Okay, awesome, awesome. Break reinforce, please. All right. Get some other people joining her. Sean C., good morning. Florida Cruises, good morning. Mildred, good morning. Oh, this Meraviglia is going to be in the way. Doggone it. Wow, she's just I mean, that's just an elegant looking ship, isn't it? And this is going to be I think it's going to be very interesting how the Royal Caribbean took and mixed the classes of cabins on board this ship, taking some of the Infinity cabins that they had on board their celebrity ships, and integrating them into this Icon. So it's just so much, so many choices coming on board these ships. As a travel agent, it's definitely a learning curve for us to try to figure out all these different options that they have on here. I want to say that there's 40, I believe it's 42, 43 different room choices to choose from on board the Icon of the Seas. Whereas back in the day, it was pretty much interior, ocean view, or balcony, right? Then you got into some of the ships with the promenades on the inside, so you have an interior with a window, maybe an interior with a balcony. You still have your ocean views, and so I mean now this thing is just interiors, virtual interiors, solo interiors, interiors with a window, interiors with a balcony, interiors with porthole windows. Then you have your ocean views. Then you've got standard balconies, extra large balconies, family balconies, infinity balconies. I mean, there's tons of different suite options. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on and on of all the different room types that they have on board this ship. It's crazy. This would be good to see the difference in the size here. Of course, we're getting a little bit of a forced perspective because of the angles. The Meraviglia will look a little bit larger because it's closer to us, but you can definitely see size. You can definitely see the size difference there, though. Yeah, right. So she's almost to the basin. Passing up all those beautiful homes in Miami. Wow, that is a beautiful ship. Yep, and I see everybody talking about the Star of the Sea, so yeah, she'll be the next one coming. And as mentioned here, it will be in Port Canaveral. So, barring anything crazy, I'd definitely be there for that one pulling in. Good morning, Jane. Jane says she's got a friend working as a casino host. Chris Wong. Okay, we'll look for Chris. Yeah, I waited up for the icon, and I had got space on the inaugural, and I just opted not to do the inaugural, for a couple of reasons. The birthday thing lining up, uh, and we'll just it's a lot of kinks to work out with these inaugurals. If anybody remembers when Oasis class came out and those first few sailings, it was a nightmare with the embarkation and debarkation. They were just not prepared for that many people on this ship. They've got it down to a science now, so hopefully, this is pretty similar. So hopefully they'll, take those same techniques that they do for the Oasis class, I'm sure. Yeah, the front end of this thing looks like somebody's like mega yacht, right? This that front hull design is really cool. And she's just about entering the turning basin here. She's doing 4 knots, taking her time there. And we are getting a really good look at her here. Sun as the sun comes up. TW says she's ginormous. I think she giganormous. She's just yeah, it's a big girl. Morning, Tim. You're welcome. You're welcome. Kind of a hazy day down there in Miami. The weather has just been so crazy in Florida. We're getting a lot of effects from the El Nino this year. All the winters that we've been here, they're usually December, January, February, are usually bone dry. 70s, low 80s. But it has been in the 40s at night here, raining 2, 3, 4 times a week, really overcast. So, the El Nino is definitely taking a big effect on Florida weather. For our New Year's Eve cruise, we couldn't even really go on into the water too much because it was pretty chilly even over in the Bahamas. The word icon written on the side of the ship is probably bigger than people's houses. Really, really cool. And I think those rooms right there in the middle, they just took them out of sight. I think those are the infinity balconies. Oh, there's the crew. Yeah, there they go. Nice. Oh, that's cool. It was nice for them to give them a nice, let them enjoy the ship on the way over, and gave them a nice break on Perfect Day at Coco Cay. They had to have been pretty cool to have the whole place to yourself for the whole day. Nice. Yep, so she's in the turning basin now. Hopefully it kind of pans back out. Boy, that's a lot of crew. Wow. That is a lot of crew. Oh, do you see somebody do the leap of faith there? I think I saw somebody just do it. There's all the water slides. Oh, those water slides look fun. Oh yeah, I'm there. Oh, they doing the flow rider. Oh, they're just showing off now, guys. Lord have mercy. Yeah, you can see the infinity balconies right there in the middle of the ship. All right, there's the Virgin. That's the Scarlet Lady. And she's coming into the turning basin here. This is going to have to be a tight squeeze. Ah, there we go. Sorry, guys, had to mute on there. All right, we're back. Good morning, Miss Yetta. Thank you. Yeah, but I was saying good morning to Rodney. Good to see you. You're welcome. True Finesse. I'll take a look for that. Good morning, Andrea. And yeah, I was telling Tony, just give me a call. And I'm with you, JT. These ships are just, there's something for everybody on these ships. You know, something for everybody in the family to do to keep them entertained. It's just amazing. I mean, the Oasis class ships, you were pretty hard pressed to do everything in a week. And so I can only imagine with this ship. Hopefully they zoom out a little bit here so we can like get a perspective of how close this thing is in the channel. The Pearl is going to be right there inside that big window. So for those of you who wanted to see the Pearl, it will be right inside of there. Look at the truck going behind there. That thing is just looks like a miniature toy compared to this ship. I mean, it's just crazy. Excuse me. Oh, there's a ton of crew on there. I was going to ask somebody something on here, but so I know Jonathan is coming with us. Jonathan, are we doing the Flow Rider, Jonathan? Look at that. Wow. Okay, for those that say you were going to try it, here it goes. Okay. Yeah, this thing looks like a ton of fun. Come on, zoom back out, camera. We want to see the ship. Oh, they're just showing out now, okay? Oh, you can see the pearl. See it in there? There it goes. Cool. Nice little chill spot. Nice, nice. There we go. Ooh, he has a tight squeeze. Beautiful. When you guys come, when you guys come back into Miami, does anybody get up early just to go watch their ship hit this turning basin? Like I want to sleep in, but I get so nosy and have to go sit on my balcony or go out on the deck and just watch this come into do the turning basin. Because Miami's pretty at night. I mean, it got everything's lit up and it's it's a cool place. She's doing a little turn for us here. Get me out the way. We'll see. the captain. That's kind of cool how they built the bridge design underneath the aquadome like that. I mean, it just kind of really integrated it. You can't even tell the bridge is there. Miss Tony, Miss Ella is still asleep. She's not feeling well either. She's a little bit worse than I am, so she's just getting some rest. Lots and lots of crew. Wow, that's a pretty ship. Look at the water park area on there. I mean, that thing, it looks like a water park here in Orlando on the side of the road. I mean, that thing is massive. And she did it, ladies and gentlemen. She turned. Everybody on their way to work this Wednesday morning, they're getting a show today. And she'll be sitting there in the Port of Miami for a few days. So she's going to do a couple of short 3-day trips. And then the inaugural sailing, I believe, is January 27th, I believe is the inaugural. But what a beautiful, beautiful vessel. I'm going to stick and stay until she comes out of the turning basin, and then we'll call it a day for now after she comes out of this turning basin. There's the behind-the-scenes crew. The guys that throw the ropes out and tie up the ship for us. They're giving them a good look inside the aquadome there. Now I'm wondering if that thing's going to have any way for it to get any air in there, like some of the Oasis class with those domes. You can get some wind in around. She is beautiful. Great shot. That is a ton of crew, guys. I mean, wow, that is a lot of crew. What a beautiful ship. So she'll be a great addition to the Miami skyline. Let me get back on here and pop us back on again, just for these last few minutes. There we go. And her sister will be out next year, coming to Port Canaveral. You know, now I'm wondering, with this Icon being in Miami, I wonder if Miami would be able to take their largest cruise port back, title back. Right now it belongs to Port Canaveral. Believe it or not, she's the busiest cruise port in the world. But with 5,000 passengers a whop, this might help them reclaim the title until the Star comes into Port Canaveral next year. Yeah, I'm with you, Mildred. I mean, this thing is just massive. Just massive. Like I say, look at the water slides. I mean, those are like what you see at amusement parks. Just amazing. You know, to see it go from a drawing to reality here. I mean, it is amazing, and how big and massive this thing is, and seeing it floating. Just the engineering is amazing. Can't wait to get inside, see what the technology is. You know, see how the accommodations, the decor. Really looking forward to sailing on this ship. Like I said, this is kind of matching my excitement of when we returned to cruising and we saw the Mardi Gras come in. I'm right there. This is pretty exciting, but I'll give the Mardi Gras a little nudge over, because that was a pretty emotional day when we came back to cruising. All those people out there at Port Canaveral, everybody had tears in their eyes and smiles on their faces. It was just, it was just great. And to go from that to, just a couple years later, coming up here with the new largest cruise ship in the world, Royal Caribbean, Icon of the Seas. So really, really, really looking forward to getting on board this ship. If you're interested in joining, got anybody else that would like to join, give us a call. We'd definitely be glad to help you out. 877-697-4470. Please give us a call. We'll be able to help you get on here best we can. Like I was saying earlier, you got to book these things like way in advance, especially these newer ships. Like, if you know you want to do the Star of the Seas, book it now. It's just, it's kind of wild to me. We were going through that bit of a recession, and I was really nervous that for the cruise line, because being off for COVID for that long, and then hitting a recession point, I was really nervous that people were going to hold back on their travel dollars because of the cost of fuel and groceries and insurance and everything else going up. But it's like you say that back in the day, it's on like Donkey Kong. I mean, it has not phased people. But I think not being able to travel for a couple of years and being locked down for a couple of years or wearing a face mask for all that time just made people really appreciate the fact that here, especially in the United States, that we can pretty much anytime get up and go where we want to go, and going through COVID, we missed that. And so I think people are just going like never before. You know, I've never seen anything like it. When the Icon came on board that night, it broke records. I mean, I really had a hard time getting people on that inaugural sailing, and I was up at midnight when it came online. So, you know, it's crazy. All right, guys. Well, I am going to be signing off here. I want to thank you so much for joining us for this watch party. It feels good to be back on here live talking with you all, my family, my friends, folks that have the travel bug like we do. Good morning, Alistair, all the way from Scotland. There's our ride. Alistair will be with us on board this ship as well. So for 2024, our endeavor, we're going to switch up our schedule a little bit. I think we're going to be uploading on Mondays and Fridays and going live on Wednesdays. So stay tuned for that. We're kind of putting that all together, get back on a different kind of schedule. Thank you so much, Yetta. Yep, the like button helps. All the interaction helps so very much. I miss going live with you guys because I really do miss talking. We're finally getting our home together here, so I got to work on my background a little bit, get some more travel stuff back there. I'm trying to learn how to play the guitar. Wherever's that? Back there. So, all right, everybody. Icon of the Seas, the largest cruise ship in the world, has made her arrival into the port of Miami. What a beautiful ship. Thank you for all you beautiful people tuning in this morning to join us, watching this watch party. Can't wait to get on board, and we'll bring you more footage, and better than footage is book it and get on there yourself. So give us a call. All right, everybody. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We will talk to you all soon. Life's short. Have fun and see the world, guys. Bye-bye.